Thank you, mate.
You're welcome.
Wow, that is delicious. Finally, some good fucking food.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today we discuss Dune Part 1. Denis Villeneuve's Dune is the latest adaptation of Frank Herbert's 1965 futuristic science fiction novel of the same name. It follows Paul Atreides, a gifted young man, heir to a great yet ever-endangered dynasty, and a destiny woven together over the course of centuries. Highlights of this film include the sound design and, of course, the cinematography. I especially enjoyed the way in which each shot was used as almost a character in and of itself, the eyes and ears of the audience, drawing attention to the visual elements of the story in much the same way the novel does, in effort to convey much the same emotion the reader gets upon first reflection, and even in one instance, to lay foundation for the backstory of an influential character the audience would discover later through dialogue. Beautifully done. Beyond the sweeping landscapes are the down-to-earth yet otherworldly costume and set design. Together, this is probably one of the best visual representations of the story to date, from the regal attire to the shields and steel suits, to the look and feel of the environment as we transition from the crystal blue waters of Caladan to the arid sands of Arrakis, to small cultural details in the architecture, to the massive machines and aircraft on which the world's wealth and transportation depend. And last but certainly not least, the scale and magnitude and complexity of the threat posed by the sandworms. But of course, most important is the writing, the character development, the story itself, which does, for the most part, closely follow the novel. Each of the actors did a fantastic job with the wonderful scripts they were given, truly embodying their characters, making them compelling to watch as they would grow, evolve, and crucially, adapt over the course of the story. The ecologist, Liet Kynes, whose race and gender swap caused concern, you can hear more about my early take on that in the link above, pleasantly surprised me. Arguably, there are still problems with the casting. First, how it affects the relationship between Paul and Chani, which I can't really get into without spoilers, but we'll have to see how the story is handled. And secondly, and more importantly, how her presence undermines to some degree Lady Jessica, Paul's mother, by making Liet prematurely a particularly prominent female figure in Fremen culture. In either case, we'll have to see how these changes affect things going forward. Probably not at all for casual viewers. However, the film does still have its issues. Every film does. Because much of the subplot is missing. The geopolitics of this world aren't well conveyed. We get that there is a power play afoot, but we're pretty much directly told this rather than having it revealed to us. The same thing goes for the mythology and the mysticism of this world and certain attributes of certain characters that go entirely unexplained. We just jump right into it, which is one way to go, but not without a cost, especially for those unfamiliar with the story and who just may not know exactly what's going on because it happens so fast. Speaking of fast, this half of the story isn't particularly high action. It's more focused on laying the foundation for what's to come. It's about world building, but what action there is feels a bit rushed. Certain scenes are nail biters to be sure, but others come and go so quickly it can be difficult to process what just happened. Luckily, this film has an incredibly high rewatch value, so whatever you missed, you'll definitely check it out the next time around. Lastly, some are upset that key scenes were removed, those that had something to do with the building of certain subplots. And while they would have added a lot more layers and context to the story for sure, sacrifices have to be made for time and cohesiveness. It's a long movie already, so I get it. Though, for the record, I would have been perfectly fine with a 4-hour first half. Overall, I would highly recommend this movie. It gets 5 stars from me for the sheer audacity of this impressive and epic undertaking. And hopefully we'll all be blessed with a part 2. But hey, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.